everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Nothing to See Here podcast. Hi, it's Frankie.
It's Hannah.
We have some stuff to talk about before we get into the wrestling. So,
We have a few things
Frankie,
to talk about.
yeah, we do have a few things to talk about. Frankie, you came over last night.
I did.
It's been a minute. We watched one episode of While You Were Sleeping, which is a K-drama, not the movie from the 90s. And a couple things happened while we were watching that. First off, I was gaslit, Anna.
You were not gaslit. There was no gaslighting. It was not a gaslighting. You're using the psychologist, using the
I'm
term
not a
incorrectly.
psychologist. I'm a therapist.
You, the therapist, I buffed you up. You, the therapist, using the term incorrectly.
Who picked this K-drama?
It's Monique's show.
Okay.
So,
and why does Amanda say she's gaslit?
My mom has watched this show so many times. Like, beyond so many times. So, very early on in the episode, the whole idea is that these couple people have dreams that can predict the future, and bad things happen, so they need to stop it. There's also a little bit of romance. One of these dreams, very beginning that we saw, somebody got stabbed with a chopstick.
It's very important to describe. It's mother and daughter. The mom is about to prosecute her husband for abuse, and his lawyer is there to intimidate them into not doing it, and is like, your daughter is a piano prodigy, and if you go forward with these claims, you're not gonna have any money to have her pursue her dreams. And the daughter is like, I don't care about that, grabs a metal chopstick and goes to stab herself in the hand with it, so she's prevented from playing piano.
Like,
show
that's
how
not
much
a
she
thing.
cares about this.
Yeah.
Now here's why it's not a gaslighting. We watched the scene, and I was distracted for a bit, and I was like, "Oh my god, who got stabbed?" Amanda said Susie got stabbed, who's the main actress, and Monique goes, "No, it was the piano person." So we rewound it, and I watched it, and I also thought, "Oh yeah, it's the piano girl that gets stabbed," and Amanda's like, "No, it's Susie." So we rewound it again. We were both. We kind of slowed it down as we were watching it. And it turns out Amanda is right. It was Susie that got stabbed.
Yes.
But it's not gaslighting Amanda, because Monique and I both genuinely believed that the piano girl got stabbed.
I'm so...
Because in my mind, there was no way this other character was stupid enough to put her hand in between the metal chopstick and get stabbed herself.
Hannah, when I tell you, they made me feel like I was crazy, and I kept being like, no, it's Susie, she got stabbed, and they were like,
you
no,
can't call it gaslighting because that was unintentional.
It felt intentional, especially from the peanut gallery.
Monique has watched the show upwards of 5 times.
More than 5 times, probably 10.
That's why I said upwards. I didn't want to go into double digits, but if you're going to throw in the double digits 10 times, and genuinely thought it was the piano girl that stabbed herself.
That just feels like negligence on her part. So, watch your damn show correctly.
Maybe it's a Mandela effect.
No.
They
have a microwave.
Yeah. The other thing we need to talk about is Frankie, you have a tally now.
I have a tally, but we gotta keep... I don't want to reveal stuff about the tally yet until we have a final tally.
But I think we can
talk about... There's a love triangle on the show between the main girl and these two guys, and the mom of the main girl is keeping a tally for both guys and giving positive and negative points. And I am now... Well, no, she's only giving positives. I'm giving positives and negatives.
I think we can do one right now and then one at the end, because there's not really a lot on the tally.
I don't want to do it right now, though.
Can we at least talk about the one that really upset you? And
there's one that really upset me. There's a negative point for the main guy, the one guy's a prosecutor, the one guy's a cop. I'll say now, it's a Korean show. I don't know much about Korean law enforcement and its history and what they do over there. So I did give a warning shot to the cop character, and I did say he's a cop,
ice.
and so he's on thin ice. He hasn't gotten a point deducted yet, but the minute I see something,
There's a yellow flag
yeah,
ready.
Yeah.
there's a yellow
Yeah.
card out there, and the minute I see something, he's getting ejected. That point's going down.
Yep.
But there is the prosecutor character is one of the prosecutor, the girl, and the cop are the three that we know of right now that can see the future with their dreams. And the prosecutor and the girl, they go through this experience during the day, and her dream says that he's going to fail. The cop's dream says that the prosecutor is going to succeed. He listens to the prosecutor. He succeeds, and everything's working out. And the two are together. They've been like looking for each other throughout town to celebrate this victory, and they're together. And there's this really sweet moment with them where, like, earlier he's like, I don't like people supporting me because then it just leads to disappointment. And so she continues to support him anyway and says, I support you no matter what you say. And she is hugging him, and then she closes her eyes and she stands on her tippy toes and leans her head towards him. And it's like they're gonna kiss, and he just kind of like stands on his tippy toes as well with her because he's acting like, what are you doing? This is weird, but okay. And I was like, look, I'm a little dense about. I was livid because like I'm a little dense about.
He literally was like, I don't know what the signs were, but like, she was giving him the signs.
Yeah, I don't know the signs, but she's giving you all of the signs. Just fucking kiss her.
Yeah, so Frankie gave a -2.
So I gave him a -1 because I was like, you didn't kiss her, and she's giving the signs. You're just that stupid. And then 5 minutes later, we see what he had a dream of earlier in the day, which was of this exact moment and them kissing. So he purposefully didn't kiss her. So I gave him a -2 because it really angered me.
That wasn't the one I was talking about. I was talking about the raw celery.
Oh, yeah. I gave both of them a -1 because they're just chomping on raw celery throughout the episode. Stop that.
No peanut butter?
Nothing.
Just celery.
Just raw ass celery. There's speculation from the Peanut Gallery and Amanda that it was seasoned, but I have no evidence of this seasoning.
We do not have evidence of seasoning.
It is raw ass celery.
And is that a thing in Korea, just to eat raw celery?
Well,
like without anything on it?
Celery is often served as like if you're eating Korean barbecue, it's served as like one of the sides, kind of like with rice sometimes.
But it's also meant to like it has the same. It's got to be like the same reasoning because we had wings last night for dinner.
It is.
And so Monique brought up, oh, sometimes I have celery to cool my mouth down after I have a hot wing,
like a palate cleanser.
Yeah, so like that's what celery is for, but they're not doing it there. They're literally both just chomping on.
They're walking down the street eating celery.
They're in the restaurant, and the prosecutor is eating it well after he's finished his meal, and he's not even like at the table. He's like leaning against a wall, just eating
like what's
up
up, Doc, with a carrot, but with celery.
And then the cop hasn't even started eating yet, and the first thing he eats is the celery.
Okay, that's a choice.
Yeah, Frankie was real mad about that.
It's upset because celery is horrid.
You have to have a reason to eat celery.
Yeah,
no, I put celery on like salad, like I chop it up.
But it's like an ingredient in the salad. You're not just chomping on celery.
So celery with peanut butter, fine.
Celery with peanut butter is great. You put raisins on it. You got ants on a log. Everyone's having a good time.
I hate raisins, so
chocolate chips then.
All
These guys are just eating raw celery. All right.
So that you guys have a sneak peek of Frankie's tally. So look for that in like 4
Currently,
months.
the score. I'm not gonna tell you who has who, but the score is 1 to -1.
Okay, for the guy who didn't kiss her back, or like kiss her at all, and knew it was coming, I feel like he needs another negative point because if he knew this was gonna happen, he's actively choosing not to, so therefore he doesn't want her.
That was what
he's got -2. Originally it was just a -1, and then I added another negative onto it.
Yeah, so he does have an extra negative. We want
I feel like he should like be out of the running because like
he can't be out of the running because they're gonna keep pursuing it. So All right.
I mean, if you know someone's gonna kiss you, and you shrink away, I feel like that's you saying you don't want to pursue a relationship or anything.
He explains it. He explains it as being like scared of her feelings for him.
Because he doesn't want to disappoint her.
Yeah, he doesn't want to disappoint her, but
because he's definitely look. They've all had trauma.
She's a grown woman. She can make her own choices.
Okay.
Anyway, we have 2 more things we got to do before we get to wrestling.
Yeah.
Hannah, you have a dog story to tell us. I think
we have a dog story.
Have a dog story?
You had a story from last week. Was it not a dog story? Am I incorrect?
I don't think I had a dog story.
You had an animal story of some kind, correct?
Oh, I have the bird turf war going
on. The bird turf war. That's what it is. Not a dog story.
Frankie, you just immediately think it's dogs.
I didn't remember what animal it was, so I just assumed one of her dogs had done something cute, because they are cute.
You know what? Fair.
I can tell you about how I'm almost crashing out over the fact that Truffles is getting old.
Well, let's not.
No, I don't want to hear that because I have a cat that's old too.
Let's talk about the bird
turf war. The dog that's old.
Yes. In the back of my house, we have a bird bottle, and for like the past 10 years, like 2 sparrows have used it. They've built nest, and I think once or twice had some babies. But this year, before the sparrow couple came back to claim their home, 2 bluebirds of happiness started building a nest in there.
Good for them.
Well, the sparrows came back.
Oh, bad for them.
Yeah, so the sparrows started taking the bluebirds of happiness nest out of the bird bottle and started building their own. So for a week straight, each day, the other bird couple would come back and like destroy the nest.
Were there any eggs that were laid?
No, this was pre-eggs.
Okay, that's great. Because as long as no eggs were harmed in the making of this turf war.
No eggs. It never got to the point where they could lay eggs in this nest. I think the bluebirds of happiness ended up winning, but I don't think either of the bird couples are now living in the bird bottle this year.
Way to go.
So that was my bird turf war.
That's
good
amazing.
for the bluebirds of happiness. They were there first.
I mean, the sparrows were there for 10 years.
They were there first, left. Though.
You can't.
You
can't put a house up for sale and then get mad that somebody bought it.
Well, there were sparrows, so they like migrated to warmer climates in the winter.
Frankie, my point still stands. If you sell your vacation home,
their birds are different.
If you sell your vacation home, you can't get mad that somebody else took your vacation home. If you have a timeshare, you can't be mad if you didn't put in your time that somebody else took the time that you wanted. Yeah, be proactive. All I'm saying.
Well, I also had a story last week.
Oh, no.
About Jet.
Oh, yes.
So, we've been having, like, a stink bug issue. Because of the weather getting warm.
Of course, yes.
So,
it's the season.
I've been, like, leaving like big sections of toilet paper in, like, rooms that aren't near the bathroom. They don't have tissues in them.
Mm-hmm.
In case I'm in there and I see one, I can just get rid of it. I don't have to, like, run away and then I lose it. So, we had been finding all last week little scraps of toilet paper around the house. And I was like, oh, I have to stop leaving it around. Jet's getting to it, and we can't, like, have her be just, like, parading around with toilet paper. Turns out it was not that. That was not the problem. Because last Sunday, I wake up, and we walk into our living room, and I look at the stairs going up, and there's just a whole roll of toilet. Like, someone had TP'd our fucking staircase. And it turns out that we didn't know she was going in there. We were leaving our upstairs bathroom door open. And she would go in there at night and just roll the toilet paper and or take little scraps of it. But I guess one night she couldn't, that Saturday night she couldn't get a scrap off. So she just took the whole thing.
Good for her.
And
Mad respect.
Unraveled all of it down the steps.
Mad respect.
So that is what. Now we have to close the bathroom door completely upstairs, so Jet doesn't spoil any more toilet paper. She knows I'm talking about her. She's just like looking at me right now.
Is she?
Yeah, from the steps where the TP incident occurred.
Yeah.
Is she staring at you with little glowing demon eyes?
No, not little glowing demon eyes. I did get a video from that so like we had to like clean up the toilet paper, and then I went to visit my parents that Sunday. And Jen sent me a video of her zooming in on Jet's face, and it's like the angriest glare ever.
Mm-hmm.
That was her art installation.
Yeah, she's pissed that we took down her art and prevented her from making any more.
I'd be mad too, Frankie.
Yeah, I know. All right, let's talk about someone else's art, which isn't really art.
I was honestly, they got me. They got me.
With this episode.
I not like got as in. I mean, I was fooled. I was tricked.
Okay. We have the November 20th, 1995 Nitro, our final Nitro before World War III.
Oh, thank God.
We never have to see that ad again.
Yeah, but also... No, that's not true. We're going to have to see it one more time, because that's how they introduced Halloween Havoc, was the ad.
Is it? No, they play like an elongated version of the ad.
It's still the ad. Hannah, back me up here.
It's different, though.
Both of you... I quit.
So, first we have three pieces of news here. Two about the bigger version, like booking decisions of the company, and then a little piece of news about Randy Savage. The two big pieces. It's becoming more apparent that both the WWF and WCW are engaging in directionless hotshot booking on Monday nights in an attempt to one-up the competition. WCW's decision to strip Hogan of the title after the finish of Halloween Havoc was a last-minute change of plans, and they aren't sure who's going to win the World War III Battle Royal. This is 6 days before the event, by the way, and they don't know who's going to win their world title.
Good.
Short term, the best bet would be the Giant, because he's hot right now, but that would mean he inevitably loses to Hogan, and Dave Meltzer thinks jobbing him out so early in his career could kill his momentum. The best bet to win is between Randy Savage, Sting, or possibly Lex Luger, but WCW has not yet decided.
Make it Sting. Make it Sting.
Make it Sting over Savage.
Look, I love Randy Savage, but Randy Savage has a fucked up arm that needs surgery.
Well, the next bit of news, WCW and New... Well, I'll do that one last. Let's talk about Randy Savage and his arm and his need for surgery.
Mm-hmm.
The latest word on Randy Savage's arm injury is that he has decided against getting surgery.
Christ.
He is not going to repair the tricep tear, and he is going to be in the World War III Battle Royal.
This is the part where WCW should really just be like, no, we don't want you. Fix yourself.
They're not going to do that.
No, but they should.
You can tell they don't care about their employees.
If I had a wrestling thing, if I was a manager, booker, whatever, I'd be like, until you're fixed, no. You can come and be like a special commentator or something, that's fine, but you're not getting in that ring until you get your shoulder fixed, you dumbass.
And he is
exactly how I would phrase it.
Well, it's his tricep, not a shoulder.
I don't give a fuck, whatever it is.
He's got a tricep tear.
Too long of a recovery time, unfortunately.
Don't care. Let him be a special commentator.
We also have an update on WCW and New Japan's business relationship.
Ooh.
Have they broken up yet?
Not yet. Oh. They had a joint show in Tokyo at the Sumo Hall.
Ooh.
It was terrible. The show drew only 7,500 fans, the smallest crowd New Japan has drawn at the Sumo Hall in over 15 years.
Oof.
There was a match that was supposed to air on this episode of Nitro that did not, or not this episode, the last episode of Nitro that did not, so I'll let you know now. As you know, Sting is in the main event of our episode of Nitro, and he's coming out without his U.S. title. That's because he is no longer he's no longer the U.S. champion.
I didn't even notice.
He lost the title to Kensuke Sasaki.
Ooh.
At that show.
On purpose?
Well, yeah, because they booked it that way.
That sounds dumb.
Sasaki is expected to drop the title back at Starrcade to someone, so we'll find out if that actually happens. Sherry Martel, the manager of Harlem Heat, who is already on shaky ground with WCW, missed her flight and did not make the trip to Japan, which did not go over well with management.
How'd she miss her flight?
No one knows how. No explanation was provided as to how she missed her flight.
Here's the thing. I get that, like, people are busy and stuff, but when it comes to flights and shit like that, I cannot get behind.
Early.
Yeah, I cannot get behind people missing their flights. I am the type of person who will get there 4 hours early.
Yeah, you have to. You have to.
Yeah.
Especially now, yes.
Just, it's stupid. If you miss your flight, that's your own fucking fault.
It seems the only WCW wrestler who made a good impression in New Japan was the Giant, who made his Japanese debut on the show and got over huge with the fans. And everyone said that with a little more experience, he could easily be the top foreign wrestler in New Japan. All right, that's all the news we have. So,
good for the Giant.
What'd you say?
I said good for the Giant.
Yeah, he's young too. Remember, like, his first match was that match we saw at Halloween Havoc. Not a great example of his wrestling ability, but
no, but like
he came into this company and he became a main character
immediately.
Yeah,
and he's working. It's not like they made him a main character and it's like, oh yeah, I guess the Giant's here.
Yeah.
So we are live from the Macon Coliseum in Macon, Georgia.
I've never even heard of Macon, Georgia. Sorry, Macon Georgians, but
there are no known pro sports teams that make their home at the Macon Coliseum.
That makes me feel better then.
I don't know what there are no attendance numbers available for this show anywhere.
It seemed a little empty.
Yeah, the maximum capacity for the arena is 9,252, so I don't think they had that.
No.
It definitely seemed a little empty, because I remember looking at, like, shots, and, like, people were, like, walking away, and I was like, oh, are those empty seats? And like, oh, yes, they are.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are empty seats. There's a lot of crowd shots tonight, too.
I assume everyone got in for free. That is my guess.
Yeah, everyone who's there was like, guys, please.
Just come in.
Please come in.
We'll pay you $5.
Yeah, we will pay you.
We'll give you a t-shirt and a meal if you come into our show.
I think they gave
the meal is for a Pasta Mania or whatever.
Yeah, it's all left over from the Pasta Mania. And I think they were given the Hogan foam finger things.
Oh, definitely. In the main event later, we see one of the Hogan foam fingers has a Sting banner around it.
Yeah, that's funny.
You can tell that they're actually Sting fans. We don't get a cold open this week. We're straight into the intro package. And Eric Bischoff welcomes us to Nitro. And we immediately get Pepe.
Pepe!
Cowboy Pepe.
Now, Pepe is Cowboy Pepe.
Yeah, I just wrote cow print Pepe.
And here's my thing.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of it. It's an adorable costume. And not only that, it matches Mongo's outfit.
Yeah.
He was Yeehaw.
But this is the third or fourth Western themed Pepe costume.
Yes.
I'm getting a little tired of Western.
He was in his Yeehaw phase back in.
And we already have a Yeehaw. This is 1995.
95. That was his Yeehaw phase. 10 out of 10. Pepe is always at a 10 out of 10. But this is a mid-level 10 out of 10.
I'm hoping that Mongo gets more creative.
It's not as bad as Googly Eye.
It's not as bad as Googly Eye Pepe, but
Googly Eye Pepe was original.
yeah, but it's still not as bad as
It
Googly Eye
still
Pepe.
sucked, Anna. Something can be original and still be
bad.
shit. Yeah.
Eric tells us that tonight's main event is Sting versus Hogan, and I will say this is the first time that Sting and Hogan will ever wrestle each other.
Will they wrestle each other again?
Yes, they definitely will wrestle each other more than this match.
I know we're not there yet, but mad respect to Sting for showing up in Hulk Hogan's colors.
What a fucking cool dude!
He's so fucking cool.
He's like, I want to piss this man off so bad. What am I gonna do? Wear his colors?
I don't understand a lot of like hype around wrestling and stuff like that, but I can imagine myself if I was there and I saw that, I would freak the fuck out.
Yeah, you get Sting. Everyone gets Sting.
I would, yeah, but also, I don't think I'd go this far, but I get it now, because Sting is so attractive.
Oh, he
and
is
in
so
the
hot.
90s, I'm sure you guys remember, in the 90s, early 2000s, women would just lift up their shirts and show their boobs.
They do that on I don't know if that ever happens on WCW, but there are episodes of Raw where women did that.
Yeah. So, I get it. I understand now. For Sting, I get it.
Eric Bischoff calls tonight the Super Bowl of professional wrestling. Dude, one, it's not.
You sure about that?
Two, you have a pay-per-view happening 6 days from now. Don't you want to call that the Super Bowl?
Oh, fuck. I forgot to mention this. Hold on. Pause the episode, but not actually pause. Early on, I just wanted to mention that I have now started playing Pokemon. I'm playing Leaf Green. So I'll keep you guys updated as that goes. But continue on, Frankie.
Thank you. All right. And Bobby Heenan informs us that he wants Sting to win. That's how deep his hatred for Hulk Hogan runs.
Yeah, jeez.
He doesn't like Sting and wants Sting to win. But then he also, after Sting wins, he wants Sting to fall on the stairs and knock himself out.
Look,
that is why I wrote What Is Wrong with Bobby.
Yeah, not the Hogan thing. The Hogan thing's fine.
Yeah.
You all get that.
Yeah, we understand.
Saying
it's
you hate Sting.
The fact that you hate Sting, that is unacceptable, and we need to talk, Bobby.
Yeah, that's why I wrote down What Is Wrong with Bobby.
All right.
I watched this yesterday, and I don't remember it.
That's fair. Listen, I watched it today, and there's only like one match I remember, really. So
I also, after I finished the whole episode, I said this was one of the worst viewing experience I've had because I had to refresh the page every 5 minutes.
Oh yeah, the Internet Archive didn't work well this week.
Yeah.
We're told that we're getting a special rematch for our first match between Scott Flash Norton and the Shark. Scott Norton, his nickname is Flash, is apparently he got it from arm wrestling because he would beat his opponents in a flash. As Scott is making his way to the ring, the Shark attacks him from behind and they beat each other outside of the ring before they go in. Shark picks Norton up for a big belly-to-belly suplex. Scott is able to dodge the Shark running into the corner. He slams the Shark and gets the win after hitting one move. What a fucking match. At least it was quick and painful and not long and painful.
They had some really bad fake punches in this match.
They're not great.
They're all bad. And the crowd does not care.
No one cares about Scott Norton or the Shark.
I'm pretty sure they showed people yawning.
I was yawning. We're told our next match is Ric Flair versus Eddie Guerrero. First, we have to rewatch that World War III ad, and then back from the ad, we do not get a match. We get Mean Gene on the ramp with Kevin Sullivan and Jimmy Hart. Jimmy Hart is out there to root on Sting to beat Hogan, and then he suggests that Sting is jealous and angry at Hogan because Randy Savage is going to be on an episode of Baywatch with the Hulkster instead of Sting.
Yeah, I wouldn't be jealous about that. Baywatch is not that cool, guys.
Also, hilarious that, like, they show one of the images from the episode, or, like, the videos of them walking on the beach, and it's like all the Baywatch people in their red swimsuits, and then Randy Savage in his fucking outfit, like his shirt with all the fringe. Pop that top off, Randy.
Is that not what he just wore in day-to-day life?
Yeah, I don't think so. Maybe he did. So the rest of the interview is the same as it has been with these guys for the past few weeks. So I'm nothing of note to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
But to make things better, guys, it's Disco Inferno to promote his new CD.
No.
He's here.
This is I got upset. I texted people.
Texted the group chat because we were told that the match. Well, first of all, Hannah, your boy Disco Inferno is back.
If I ever see or meet Disco Inferno, it's on site.
It's on site. In real life?
Yeah.
Yikes. Or this man will have no idea what happens as you just start beating the shit out of him.
He's probably like an old man in a wheelchair, and Hannah's just gonna fucking kill him.
So,
for all intents and purposes, that's a joke.
Amanda did text the group chat. I was expecting Eddie. What is this disco bullshit? Eddie
a fair question.
Eddie does come out to interrupt Disco Inferno's promotion of his CD.
In a pretty good jacket.
A fucking cool jacket. And he punks out Disco Inferno, too.
My hero.
His opponent, Ric Flair, coming out next, but Ric Flair not dressed to wrestle.
Where is the Rich Widow robe?
Well, he only wears that when he's wrestling. Tonight he's wearing a suit and shades. And Brian Pillman is out in his wrestling gear. Flair grabs a mic and laughs at the idea that he would come out here tonight and wrestle Eddie Guerrero. Because he is too focused on Sting. He's going to let Pillman beat Eddie tonight. And he tells Pillman that Arn and Benoit are gassing up the jet. And they'll celebrate in style after Pillman wins. That's right, folks. Unfortunate news here on the Nothing to See Here podcast review of WCW Monday Nitro. The fourth member of the Four Horsemen has been named on WCW Saturday Night. And it is, unfortunately, Chris Benoit.
I mean, it makes sense why he's a Four Horseman.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
So the Four Horsemen are officially Ric Flair, Arn Anderson, Flying Brian Pillman, and Chris Benoit.
Fucking Christ. Jesus Christ.
But tonight we get Brian Pillman versus Eddie Guerrero, and Eddie Guerrero makes you happy.
He does. He fucking flew today.
He got some air.
That was amazing.
He flew so fucking far.
But no one in the crowd is excited for this change.
For what?
No one in the crowd is excited about this change.
Oh, well, yeah, because, like, I'm going to be honest, the South is WCW's territory. That's where they're, like, the most popular. And Ric Flair wrestled in WCW for basically his whole career at this point. There was a brief stint where he's in WWE in, like, 92 and 93. But from the 80s on, he was in WCW wrestling in the Carolinas and Florida and Georgia. And
they really wanted this.
They want to see they were promised a Ric Flair match. And they want to see a Ric Flair match.
No, they're booing.
Yeah, because they're not getting a Ric Flair match, Hannah.
I know.
But we do get a really great fucking match between Eddie and Brian.
Yeah, it was good. It was great.
I didn't take a lot of detailed notes because I was really enjoying this match because it's once again Eddie Guerrero getting to work with a great wrestler, showing how good he actually is.
We talked about this. Brian Pillman, is he the one who? No, that's Flying Brian. I'm thinking about Diamond Dallas Page.
Who does like the yoga stuff?
Yeah, who's actually like a super nice guy.
Yeah, that's DDP. We haven't seen a lot of DDP in a couple weeks, right?
I think the last was the pay-per-view.
Now that I know he's a nice guy, I am rooting for him. Is that wrong?
He's on the next show.
Okay.
By the way, he is on World War III. So I have the World War III card for you guys. here.
I was gonna say something. Do we know anything about Flying Brian? Is he chill?
Well, Flying Brian has died.
Oh,
Rip.
He died at 35 years old.
Oh my god.
Due to undetected heart disease.
Yeah, that'll do it.
He was scheduled to wrestle at a pay-per-view in October. This is after he left WCW. So he's gonna die in 2 years in the match we're seeing.
Oh my
He dies
god!
in less than 2 years. He dies October 5th, 1997.
Jesus, Frankie.
Yeah, so he's gonna be scheduled to wrestle a match. No one can find him. They call the hotel, and the hotel staff goes to check on him, and they find him dead in his hotel room. Or they're told that he was found dead in his hotel room. They find bottles of painkillers and muscle relaxers in the room, but the autopsy attributes it to a heart attack caused by atherosclerotic heart disease, which also led to the death of his father.
That'll do it.
Yeah, so Brian Pillman.
R.I.P., dude. But was he a good guy?
Yeah, from all intents and purposes that I can find, there's not much that I know, like
Like,
him
he didn't
being
beat his wife or anything?
No, not that I can find. He was like arrested at one point for drunk driving. I think that's like about the worst.
Great.
Not
He was
but could be far worse.
Yeah, he didn't beat anybody, which I'm happy
I
with.
mean, we have Ugly Murderer as like the worst
Yeah,
of the worst.
it's kind of
yeah.
hard to beat like CTE brained evil person on the inside, apparently, if that's what you were holding in, that type of thing.
He like a lot of wrestlers from that time period had drug and alcohol issues.
Yeah, that doesn't mean that you're a bad person though, just because
No,
you have
it doesn't
drug and alcohol.
mean you're a bad person, but yeah.
That was like it was in the 90s. I'm pretty sure everybody was drug and alcohol.
And so he is trying to be or he's going to slowly, as we're watching, lose the Flying Brian gimmick, and he's going to become the loose cannon Brian Pillman and just start losing his mind and going crazy and doing insane shit.
But he's not actually going crazy. This is all a publicity.
This is all character. It's all character.
Yeah. Okay, great. Because we have one of those.
Great match. There's a point in it where Brian starts shoving Eddie down, yelling, "Come on, you piece of trash!" And Eddie just tackles him and starts punching him as much as he can. They go to the outside, and Pillman dives at Eddie from the top rope and crashes hard into that metal guardrail.
Yeah,
almost
that
kills
looked like
a child.
It looked like it fucking hurt.
And then Eddie goes up, and that's where he fucking sails to the outside. It was beautiful. He got so much airtime. Eddie hits a big brain buster, and then he goes up top. Pillman goes for the superplex. Eddie shoves him off the top rope and hits his finishing move. I think this is the first time we saw his finisher, the frog splash.
That's such a cute name.
Where he does the move where he in midair does the little frog movement.
It's a cute name.
It's a great name.
That makes me like Eddie Guerrero even more.
It's
hard to not like him.
I was already a fan. But the weird cutesy name, the Frog Splash.
Are you ready for the origin of the frog splash?
Hell yeah.
This is originally it's called the Jackknife Splash. That's its actual name. Eddie, when he's wrestling in Mexico, has a partner named Art Bar, who does the move. That's his move, not Eddie's. And while they're doing it, there's another wrestler, Too Cold Scorpio, who says that Art Bar looks like a frog while he's doing the move. So they start calling it the Frog Splash. Art Bar then dies in 1994. And so to honor his former tag team partner and friend, Eddie starts doing it in his matches.
Aww.
Just the purest human.
He really
Eddie
just
has some
like
demons that eventually caught up to him, but like he does seem like such a great guy.
he's never beat his wife, right?
I don't think so.
He never took a life.
No, I think just his demons are just the
Drug and alcohol.
drugs and alcohol. Yeah.
You know what? That's
It's
his own demons, and his own demons. Well, that stuff does affect other people. It's not necessarily like killing other people. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. So
You're
he
getting
uses
up
it.
to Sting's level right now. How it's going is it's going Sting, then it's going Eddie, and then Macho Man.
Wow. A fall from grace for the Macho Man.
Not a fall from grace. I still love Randy Savage.
He's too associated with Hulk Hogan right now. You
Exactly.
know? In
That's the
character.
problem.
So Eddie gets the win, which I'm very happy about. We get a preview of WCW Saturday Night. Lex Luger is in the main event. Glad we don't have to see it. Hugh Morris is in action, as well as VK Wall Street and Disco Inferno. We keep missing out on the Disco Inferno action, guys. I don't know what to tell you.
oh
glad.
no, so sad.
Yeah, look at us being so disappointed.
I could throw in a random episode of Saturday Night.
If
Don't
you
you
make
fucking
me
dare.
watch Disco Inferno outside of this show, I will quit the show.
Okay,
Frankie, if you do that, it's on site.
I promise we will only ever watch episodes of Nitro, the specials, like the big specials, and maybe if there's a big episode of eventually when they have their second show, Thunder, we'll do that. But it'll never be a big episode because Disco Inferno is wrestling.
Yeah, that better stay that way. Anna, you're a witness to this as well.
I can clip
If
this
not, it will
episode at
be on
any
site.
time.
And Frankie, you're not an old man in a wheelchair, so
I'm
Hannah
gonna
has
edit
every
this
right.
out. I'll edit the promise out, and I'll just say I promise we'll only watch Disco Inferno, and then to be fair,
Frankie, it's on site.
here's the thing: I wouldn't say that because I don't want to torture myself like that. I'm only watching Disco Inferno shit. After the preview, we come back. Eric Bischoff tells us that the Macho Man has suffered a severe injury to his arm, and we see the attack from the Dungeon of Doom last week. And then Eric Bischoff speculates that the injury might be fake so Randy can turn his back on Hulk Hogan.
It's not, guys.
No, it's a real injury. He's just choosing to ignore it.
Yeah.
And then we have our next match, which I don't have a lot to say about. It's Big Bubba against Hawk. Don't really care about either of them because Big Bubba isn't, this isn't the best version of that wrestler, and we never get to see the best version of that wrestler in WCW. And the best version of Hawk is when he's with his tag team partner who is not here yet. So it's a pretty nothing match as well. It does build towards one of the matches we're going to get at World War III, so I'll detail that part. But gotta say, and I want your thoughts, how uncomfortable do you think it is wrestling in a dress shirt, dress pants, loafers, a belt, and suspenders?
Very.
It's a choice.
That's what Big Bubba is wearing. And then also, why is he wearing belts and suspenders? You don't need both. They do the same thing. Redundant. Anyway. At one point in the match, Bubba hits a big spine buster, and Bobby has a line. He yells, "The Hawk is grounded, tweet, tweet, tweety." Nice. Bobby on top of his game tonight. At one point in the match, while Bubba is in control, he gets a roll of quarters out and tapes them to his fist. And then a man out of nowhere grabs him from outside the ring. A random wild man. And
Who was
he
it?
falls into his own fist. And Hawk gets the win. It's Jim Duggan. Hacksaw Jim Duggan and Big Bubba have a match coming up at World War III against, and it's a taped fist match where they both get to tape their fists and just punch each other.
How exciting.
Yeah. Are you pumped?
No.
No? All right, well. That's a
Who
shame.
would be pumped for that, Franklin?
No one is.
And is that supposed to be before or after, like, the 60-man challenge?
That's before. The 60-man match is the main event. Everything builds to that match.
So it's all going to be filler.
Well, I'm going to say this. We have 2 matches. We have 3 matches that I think are going to be good before that match. And have a chance to be good. One of them, I'm going to guarantee is good. I'm going to make a guarantee right here, right now. And it's good.
Which is it?
I'll tell you when we go over the card.
Okay.
It's not one of the announced matches. You would have no clue it's happening if I didn't tell you the card. You would be shocked. You would be flabbergasted about you'll be flabbergasted when I tell you who's in it.
If you say Disco Inferno,
It's not Disco
walking.
Inferno. I'm promising you, it is not Disco Inferno.
I don't know if I can trust you right now, Frankie. You made us watch a filler episode of WCW.
I don't choose which episodes of WCW become important, okay? It's not my fault. I didn't book it. Like I said, Hawk gets the win and brags about it like he did anything. He only won because Jim Duggan showed up at the end. Anyway, it's time for the main event. Out first is Sting. Like Amanda mentioned, Sting is wearing Hulk Hogan's red and yellow.
10 out of 10. We love a petty bitch.
Fucking hilarious.
And he looks better. He
So
pulls it off
does.
better. Then Hogan comes out, but we get his music. But Hogan doesn't come out. It's Randy Savage in his same goth outfit from last week. But he's added a sling. His what?
I like his goth outfit.
Yeah. He's also got a sling this week.
You don't like that.
Because, as a reminder, he has a torn tricep and
He's
refuses to
broken.
do anything about it.
He's legitimately injured.
But Hogan's not coming out, but here he is, coming in through the crowd with his Party City Phantom of the Opera mask back on.
That was the cheapest looking mask.
When he takes it off, I thought it was gonna rip in half.
It's paper.
It's so bad.
Where's the budget?
I wish he would have wrestled in it. That would have been fucking hilarious. Listen, guys, I had hope at the beginning of this match. They give us a pretty good opening in this match.
That was a good opening.
For Hogan.
Hogan walking in with a paper mask.
Oh no, not that. Not that. When they actually start wrestling.
Oh, okay.
Not the fucking mask is so stupid. It's like I said this last episode. The mask and the dark stuff is supposed to be like he's being dark-sided and he's evil. But like he just is the same guy. He's just wearing black now. He's the same guy, but more boring to look at. But we have like this opening sequence that they do. They stare each other down. The match begins. Sting gets control. Hogan reverses, takes out Sting with a clothesline. Sting sends Hogan to the outside with a couple of drop kicks. Hogan drags Sting out, hits a vertical suplex on that fucking useless mat that gives no protection whatsoever. And he locks him in a submission when they get back in the ring, and then it just fucking slows down, and they don't do anything. And then the Dungeon of Doom come out and attack both of them. Oh, there is at one point when Sting locks in the Scorpion Deathlock the second time, and the ref starts hugging Hulk Hogan. That was weird. But the Dungeon of Doom come down, they attack Hogan and Sting, but they all fucking suck, so Hogan and Sting beat the shit out of them all. And then the Giant comes down with Jimmy Hart. He goes to double choke slam Hogan and Sting. But Savage hits the Giant with a chair to the back. Giant doesn't give a shit about that chair. Choke slams Savage. So Savage, you're injured and taking fucking huge moves. That's smart. Sting and Hogan grab the chair, use it to send the Giant out of the ring. And then Kevin Sullivan and Jimmy Hart storm the announce booth and break Bobby's headset and just start beating the shit out of Bobby Heenan for no reason.
And they apparently are friends, apparently.
Yeah. Bobby's like, they're my friends. What are they doing? Bobby's in there every week rooting them on to kill Hulk Hogan. And they just beat the shit out of him. That's how it ends.
That's not how you keep friends, Dungeon of Doom.
No. I've never done that to my friends. I would never do that to any of my friends. That's the end of the episode. That's the end of WCW Nitro. So now, Hannah, Amanda, I have a bonus question for you guys.
Oh, God.
Take yourself back to 1995. You ready?
Yep.
You're a wrestling fan in 1995. You watched this episode of Nitro. Are you buying the pay-per-view off of this episode?
No.
Are you excited?
No.
Yeah, no one is. All right. That's the end of the episode. Let's do our little awards first before we go over the World War III card. So, Hannah, Pepe costume ranking.
Pepe. This is pretty mid for me. I don't know what the order is or how many we have at this point.
We have 11 of them.
We have 11. Okay.
We have 11. Number 1 is Batwitch Pepe. Number 11 is Chicago Bear Pepe. Number 10, Yeet. Is it better than the other two cowboy outfits?
I want to say so because I like the print better.
Yeehaw Pepe and Marlboro Man Pepe.
Yeah, I like the cow print.
Is it better than Bandito Pepe?
Oof.
What's above Bandito Pepe?
Clown Pepe. We also have Saddle Pepe, where he's just a horse. He's not even wearing a cowboy outfit.
I think Bandito Pepe is better.
Okay, so this is cow print Pepe. At number 9. Amanda, our Pepe ranking.
Yes, of course.
I agree. It should be number 9.
I agree with that. Yeah. I was just gonna let you do the ranking because I don't feel any type of way about this Pepe.
It's too much like the others.
Yeah.
Mongo. You know what? You know why I think it's better than the other ones?
Because it matches Mongo.
Because he matches Mongo.
That's fair.
Mongo had I feel like Mongo had Pepe's costume ready, and then he's like, I gotta match Pepe because Pepe looks so cool.
Yeah. It's like very dad energy.
It is.
And it's cute.
He's so proud of Pepe.
Yeah, I'm here for it. I'm here for that kind of energy.
That is our Pepe ranking. What is our segment of the night and MVP, Hannah?
Okay. My MVP is Eddie.
Eddie, yes.
Bro got some air.
Yeah.
And then my best moment. We didn't talk about it, but at one point, the camera cuts to the crowd, and it just walks slowly down the crowd, panning the crowd, and it's just a bunch of children. This one child has one of the Hogan foam fingers and just tears the head off.
Oh my god.
Yeah. You didn't see that, Frankie?
I did not see that. I must have been taking a note. That's so amazing. Sad. Oh, I might have to go back and find that.
It was before Sting came out.
Oh, when they were showing all the Hogan
Eddie Guerrero
stuff?
And Brian Pillman match.
Okay. Amanda, MVP, and you think they were what? Oh, just showing crowd shots?
I think they were just talking, and they weren't showing the announcers or anyone.
No, thank God. Good. Sorry, Amanda, MVP and segment of the night.
Sorry. I mean, MVP has to be Eddie as well. I mean, the man fucking dove. He soared through the air. He was George of the Jungle for a minute.
And segment of the night.
it was quite a shock when Sting came out in Hulk Hogan's colors. So I think I'll give that. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna give it to Randy Savage. I was not expecting him to show up with a chair. It didn't do much, but I thought it was really funny that even while injured, he's like, "Yeah, I can do this."
All right, I'll label that as Randy Savage's ineffectual chair attack.
Yeah.
My MVP also fucking Eddie Guerrero. Jesus Christ, he was so good. He was so good, and that's
He's
also
amazing.
my segment of the night: Eddie versus Pillman. Okay, so next month when we do this, we will be watching a pay-per-view. We'll be watching World War III.
Mm-hmm.
So here is the card for World War III in order. Johnny B. Bad will be defending the World Television title against Diamond Dallas Page. So DDP is back.
Oh,
Wow.
more of the love story.
Yeah, Diamond Doll is there as well. Big Bubba Rogers and Jim Duggan will face off in a taped fist match. Here is the match I'm guaranteeing is good. You ready?
Hit me.
No.
Hold, you better be seated because we've got women wrestling.
Oh.
For the first time.
They exist within WCW?
I knew that.
I know, right? Are you shocked?
A little.
We've got Bull Nakano and Akira Hakuto versus Mayumi Ozaki and Cutie Suzuki.
Okay.
Let me tell you right now. Oh, they are. They're all Japanese. Bull Nakano is one of the coolest motherfuckers on the planet.
Okay, cool. She sounds cool.
She's so fucking cool.
Frankie's like, I have a crush on her.
No, she would fucking murder me. She's
You think?
frightening. Oh my god, I can't wait till you guys see Bull Nakano. Then, unfortunately, we do have a Chris Benoit match, and it is for the U.S. title against Kensuke Sasaki.
Oh, he's gonna win.
Can you let us know if he wins?
Just so I'm let you. Okay, I'll let you know. For Chris Benoit, I'll make exceptions. He does not win.
Oh, thank God.
Ooh, I am surprised.
Yeah, I just want to know how disappointed I need to be in like the world.
Then we have another match that this is a match that this isn't one of the other match that I think might be good is the Johnny B. Bad and DDP match, but I'm not guaranteeing that like the women's match. We have a match here that I'm going to guarantee will be bad. It's Lex Luger versus Randy Savage.
Is it
and not bad because of Randy?
Yeah,
but bad because of Lex.
Yeah, Lex just. Why do people like him? I don't understand.
Again, I know of a moment coming up in the run, not coming up soon, but there's a moment in the run where people go, this is the height of Lex Luger. This is like the moment. So I want to see what you guys think of Lex Luger for that episode.
Oh yeah, I don't think I'm going to think much.
It's going to be something stupid.
And then we have a match that I think might be good, might not. But I'm erring on the side of good because it's Sting versus Ric Flair.
Okay. Actually,
I'm always willing to watch a Sting match.
And then we have our main event, the World War III 60-man Battle Royal for the vacant World Heavyweight title. This is who's in the match. I can name the names here. You ready?
Yeah.
We have Scott Armstrong.
I'll know who he is.
Steve Armstrong. Arn Anderson. Johnny B. Bad. Marcus Bagwell. Chris Benoit. When there's a name you're interested in, let me know. Big Train Bart.
Does he like trains?
No, definitely not.
Just
probably hates trains.
Excuse me?
Yeah, Big Train Bart.
Big Train Bart?
Yeah, that's one name. Just one guy. Bunkhouse Buck. Cobra. Cobra's back.
Please tell me he gets thrown out within like 5 seconds.
I don't know, but I hope so. I really hope so. Disco Inferno. Jim Duggan. Bobby Eaton. Ric Flair. The Giant. Eddie Guerrero. Hulk Hogan. Mr. JL. Chris Kanyon. Brian Knobs, Kurosawa, Lex Luger, Joey Maggs, Meng, Hugh Morris, Max Muscle, Scott Norton, One Man Gang, Paul Orndorff, Diamond Dallas Page, Sergeant Buddy Lee Parker, Brian Pillman, Sergeant Craig Pittman.
Why are there so many sergeants? Are they actual sergeants, Frankie?
Oh, definitely not. Definitely not. Well, Craig Pittman was in the Marines. I don't know if he was actually a sergeant, but he was an actual Marine.
Okay, but he served, so I'm
Yeah,
gonna give
serve.
that one credit.
Sergeant Buddy Lee Parker, I'm not seeing any evidence that he served. He did used to wrestle as Braun the Leprechaun, though, so.
I feel like I'm having a stroke.
The sergeant name sounds like he should be, like, some mascot. Like, he should be an animal mascot.
Yeah. Lord Steven Regal.
Lord?
Lord. His gimmick is that he's like a lord.
No, I get that. Where's the Viscount?
There is no Viscount. Scotty Riggs, Road Warrior Hawk, Big Bubba Rogers, Jerry Sags, Ricky Santana, Kensuke Sasaki, The Shark, Fidel Sierra, Dick Slater, Mark Starr, Stevie Ray, Sting, Dave Sullivan, the Taskmaster, Kevin Sullivan.
Is Dave Sullivan and Kevin Sullivan, are they related?
In real life?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think in the storyline they are.
Oh, okay.
He's the brother of Kevin Sullivan.
Is he also evil?
Or is he good?
No, he's the one, if you remember the one episode of Nitro, he's the one that has the bunny.
Oh, I like him. I have no idea why he has a bunny, but I like that he had a bunny.
Because the man he was feuding with was allergic to bunnies.
Oh, right. I remember now. I still like him.
Yeah. Super Assassin number 1.
Explain. Do we have a number 2?
We do, actually, and the next entrant in the match is Super Assassin number 2.
Okay. Did the writers just stop caring?
Oh, so the Super Assassins are like a gimmick that a lot of people have had, where it's just 2 wrestlers that they don't want to have like in their normal gimmick, so they give them a mask and say, "You're an assassin now. You're a super assassin."
So the writers did stop caring.
Yeah. Booker T, Lord Steven Regal's tag team partner, Squire David Taylor.
Sorry, Squire? Is there a knight?
Well, he's a squire for Lord Steven Regal. I know. Bobby Walker, VK Wall Street, Pez Watley, Mike Winner, who is so illustrious, doesn't even have a Wikipedia page. The only one who doesn't have a Wikipedia page.
Wait, you mean
Alex Wright? Every other name that I've said has their own Wikipedia page, except for Mike Winner. Alex Wright, James Earl Wright, the Yeti, he's back. He's back, everyone.
Can't wait to see those questionable wrestling moves again.
And the Zodiac. And that's it.
I can't even make a Zodiac Killer joke after this. All those names have just sent me into orbit.
That's who we've got. Who do you think is going to win the world title? Who are you pulling for?
I hope it's Sting.
I don't care as long as it's not Hogan. But I'm probably not going to get that, am I?
If it's not Hogan, I'm not going to tell you who wins the title. That one I won't say. I'll just say it's not Chris Benoit. But I'm going to leave it at that.
It's going to be Hogan, isn't it?
No, I'm not going to say.
Honestly, you know what I'm thinking?
I'm sorry. Did Amanda just get murdered live on air? What the fuck?
In my life. My mom's screaming at a cat. No, what I think is I want it to be Sting so badly, but I think it's going to be Macho Man Randy Savage because how better to show that you're so cool if you show up with
Then
like a
by
broken...
winning the world title with a torn tricep.
Yes. Like, I don't think it's cool. Like, I think a lot of people would think it's not cool. But I think back then, that is the coolest shit that you can do. He's injured and he won. He's amazing.
But I don't think well, that's true. They do know he's injured because he's got the sling.
Yeah.
Are all the contestants entering at the same time?
They're all in the ring. So there's 20 people. There's 3 rings, 20 people in each ring at the exact same time. So I'm going to tell you guys right now, you ain't going to see
How do they
shit
get
for
to the
first,
other ring?
So eventually, when there's a certain amount of people left in the match, they all consolidate into different rings.
They're like, pause, head count, ring 3's out, please move into rings 1 and 2.
Basically, yeah.
Oh my god.
All right. So that is this week's episode of WCW. Next week, we're back with Scooby-Doo in review.
Thank God.
I can't be excited.
No,
I know what it is.
Hey, Amanda, don't be excited because I'm about to disappoint you once again.
What is it? My turn?
Well, it's you and Hannah because we're back with the TV show. It's Shaggy and Scooby Get a Clue.
I'm gonna die.
So Amanda, you're gonna take us through the first ever episode, Shags to Riches.
I think I'm not. I think this might be it for me, guys.
And Hannah is gonna take us through Uncle Albert Alert, the 26th episode of the show. And we'll talk a little bit about Shaggy and Scooby Get a Clue. A show that I think I watched when I was a kid, maybe 10 minutes of the first episode and said, this sucks, and stopped watching.
Mm-hmm.
And that was when I was a kid and had worse taste.
Wow.
So can't imagine it being any better. Now,
Isn't
as an
there a
adult.
Nazi?
What?
Excuse me?
Jesus Christ, Hannah!
I feel like I heard
Can't just
somewhere that there's a fucking Nazi and Shag and Scooby-Doo Get a Clue.
Well, while the two of you watch the episodes, I'll add that to my research. And I'll answer the question on, is there a Nazi in this children's Scooby-Doo show from 2006? What a thing to say to us, Hannah, at the end of an episode. Isn't there a Nazi?
I pray to God this was not a fever dream.
It better be. That'd be fucking hilarious. We'd have a lot of questions for you, but it'd be funny. Let's wrap this up on that note. As of recording, we're on YouTube and Spotify. If you're listening to us on YouTube, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell for notifications so you know when each episode is uploaded. If you're listening to us on Spotify, remember to follow the show, leave a rating and a review. No matter where you're listening, be sure to share the show with people you think might enjoy what we're doing over here. If you would like to give us some commentary on what we're doing over here, ask us a question, give us ideas for future episodes, episode topics, you can send us an email over to
Nothing to see here podcast at gmail.com. As always, here is spelled HEAR.
If you would like to see some great artwork done by Amanda, some funny memes made by Hannah, images of the things that we discuss throughout the episodes, you can find all of that and more over on our Instagram page, which is
Nothing to see here pod.
You know, one of these days, I think I'll make it through the business end of the episode without a flub, but you know.
You've done it before.
You did pretty good
I know,
tonight.
but it's been I hit a little patch there. But that's all for this week's episode. So saying goodbye and good night. It's Frankie.
It's Hannah.
Frankie, I have one last thing for you.
What?
Technically it's a free birthday present, but it is a birthday present for you. recently I have discovered I've done some coding on my computer, and I've found a way to emulate an old Windows 95 PC, and I now have a disk image of Muppet Treasure Island, the video game, for PC for you.
Oh my god! Oh, what a dream! What a dream come true.
Yeah. A very
Y'all
early
know I
birthday
love it.
present. I didn't want to say anything yesterday because I didn't
Not
test
that
it.
early. Like
Like
2
2 weeks.
weeks.
I
Yeah,
didn't
my
want to
birthday's in 2 weeks.
say because I didn't get to test it, but I tested it
You
today.
tested it and it works. Oh,
Works.
beautiful. Everyone's excited. Everyone's excited. The whole world.
Yeah, so I just want to let you know I've done that for you.
Thank you so much. All right. Well, with that happy news in my life, goodbye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.